It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to January 7th of the year 2024 when the Nashville Preds were facing off against the Winnipeg Jets to wrap up a 6-game road trip. Head coach Andrew Brunette deploys his lines and defensive pairings in the following way. Forsberg, Stamkos, and Marchessault, Nyquist, O'Reilly, Heinestroza, Novak, Svechnikov, and Evangelista. Jankowski, McCarron, and Sissons. Your defensive pairings are Yossi and Barron, Shea and Blankenberg, Stastny and Shen. UC Saros gets the start in net. We are 17 seconds into the first period, and it's Connor Hellebuck coming up with the first action of the game. It's a save on Brady Shea. It's the first shot on goal of the game. 147 of the first period. It's Hellebuck coming with a save on O'Reilly. The 244 mark. It's Saros coming with a save on DeMello. A strong first save by the Nashville Predators netminder. 5:06 of the first period now. Saros comes up with a save on Coughlin at 5:32 of the first period. Hellebuck a save on Nyquist at 6:30 of the first period. We have our first scoring breakthrough, and it's Barron. Not the one on the Predators, though, the one on the Winnipeg Jets. His fourth goal of the season comes after numerous jam attempts. The puck finds its way into the net. Off of a Nashville Predator, that is. Winnipeg leads 1-0, but immediately after that, just 16 seconds, 6:46 into the first period, it's Morrissey with his fifth goal of the season. A long shot through traffic eludes UC Saros, giving the Winnipeg Jets a very quick 2-0 lead. 9:26 now of the first period. Saros coming out with a save on Niederreiter. It almost trickled through, which was troublesome. 11:24 of the first. O'Reilly hits the crossbar. 11:59 of the first period. It's Coughlin off the box. 2 minutes for high sticking. Phil Forsberg would hit the post, and that would be the best scoring opportunity for the Nashville Predators on the first special team scenario of the game. 14:39 of the first, it's Hellebuck coming with a save on Blankenberg. At the 18:36 mark of the first period, it's Connor with his 23rd, and it was all too easy for a goal scorer of his caliber to give the Winnipeg Jets a 3-0 lead here in the first period. We hit the end of the period, the Jets out shooting the Preds 11-10. We hit the start of the second period. The Predators start out by going on the defensive. 1:27 into the second period, it's Saros coming with a save on Lowry. 2:19 into the second, Saros coming with a save on Heinola. At 6 minutes into the second period, it's Saros coming with a save on Barron. At 6:54 of the second period, it's Hellebuck finally having to go back to work, coming with a save on Shea. We hit the midway point of this game. We find ourselves at the 10:41 mark of the second period, and UC Saros is coming with a save on Nino Niederreiter. At 10:52 of the second period, it's Pionk off the box. 2 minutes for holding against Colton Sissons. Hellebuck comes up with a save on O'Reilly. Then Hellebuck comes up with another save on Marchessault. We return to 5-on-5 hockey, and we find ourselves at the 15:13 mark of the second period. It's UC Saros coming up with another save on Coughlin. At 16:18 of the second, it's Pionk back to the box. This time, 2 minutes, puck over the glass. Phil Forsberg, who hasn't been on the score sheet for a goal in some significant amount of time, puts his 10th goal of the season in getting the Nashville Predators on the board finally in this game. Winnipeg, though, still maintains a 3-1 lead after the Preds power play goal. 18:21 of the second period. Saros comes up with a save on Ehlers. We hit the end of the second period, and it is the Winnipeg Jets with 21 shots on goal in total for the game. The Predators with 16. So the Preds only able to generate 6 shots on goal in the second period, but they did put one of those into the net. 59 seconds into the third period. Now it's UC Saros coming with a save on Ehlers at the 2:13 mark. It's Hellebuck coming with a save on Tommy Novak. 2:43 of the third period. It's Heinestroza off to the box. 2 minutes for tripping, but Kupari is also off to the box. He's picking up a double minor for high sticking. Hellebuck would come up with a save on Yossi, and that would be it for the special teams scenario. At the 7:42 mark of the third period, it's Barron off the box. 2 minutes for holding. This time it is the Nashville Predators one. And it's Velarde scoring his 19th of the season to put the Winnipeg Jets ahead 4-1 here in the third period. We flip over to the backside of the sheet at 8:25 of the third period. We find the captain, Roman Josi, putting a puck into the net to give the Nashville Predators their second goal of the game. Winnipeg, though, still leading by a score of 4-2. We hit the midway point of the third period at 10:29. We find Hellebuck coming with a save on Marchessault. At this time, Marchessault, while jamming for the rebound, gets high stick by Stanley in a particularly vicious way. It earns a 4-minute high-sticking double minor. In the process of this power play for the Predators, Hellebuck would have to come up with a save on Marchessault. Then another big save on the captain, Roman Josi, and then Connor would pick up a penalty. 2 minutes for hooking on Forsberg. This would put the Nashville Predators on a 5-on-3 power play. And while the Predators would get some very good looks at it, Hellebuck comes up with a save on Marchessault, then Josi, then Forsberg. They would not be able to cash in. This was the opportunity for the Preds to get back in this one. Back to even strength hockey. hockey at 14:40 in the third. We find UC Saros coming with the save on Iafallo at 17:23 of the third period. Hellebuck comes with the save on O'Reilly. Rebound to the outside during the scramble. Again, this was the Predators with another great opportunity to put one in the net and at least make it interesting down the stretch. With the empty net scenario, Nino Niederreiter puts his 11th goal of the season in. It trickles all the way down into the net to keep the Winnipeg Jets a 5-2 lead, and that would be your final right there. So Winnipeg defeats Nashville twice on this 6-game road trip in Winnipeg. Both times the Winnipeg Jets got to host, and the Jets do outshoot the Preds 30-28 in this game. So the Nashville Predators might have come out looking like they were going to be competitive in this thing, but the Winnipeg Jets' superior goaltending, superior offense took over this game, and they did that pretty quickly and never really looked back. 5-2 is not really an indicator of how close this game was. It was closer than that, but the Predators are just simply unable to overcome the insurmountable metrics that the Winnipeg Jets have put up so far this season. There's a reason they're in first place. There's a reason they're one of the best in the NHL and have some of the best statistical metrics of any team. So the Predators on the last game of a road trip just did not quite have it in them to come away with the split 3-3, but they do go 2-4 on the road trip. They do pick up 4 out of a possible 12 points on the road trip, and they started this road trip with only 3 wins on the road for the entire season. They add 2 more to that, so in some really sad ways, it was a successful road trip. That's going to do it for the Rebirth Sports full game recap from a freezing cold. I believe it's 35 degrees out here in the bunker. We've been below freezing for a couple of days here in the Middle Tennessee area, so it's really starting to settle in out here in the bunker. So we'll get to the recap, we'll get to the box score, we'll get to more coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.